So sometimes I walk around the house like talking to myself. They say you're not crazy unless if you respond, so I guess I'm crazy because I do like ask myself questions and I answer them. But I wonder why. Why do we make the joke that that's crazy? I mean, isn't that a good thing that you're participating in some sort of self-talk? Like you're asking yourself questions, you're trying to understand yourself better. You're trying to ask yourself some really important questions. And sometimes, we each have our different mediums for it, whether it's writing or speaking it, creating music to help you, kind of get the emotion out, get what is that coming through, that inspiration. Sometimes I coach myself. I'll walk through the house cleaning, or I'll be exercising, and sometimes even if I'm driving alone, I'll just start talking about something, and then I'll say something like, I should really write that down. First of all, when you're stepping out of your fear and you're trying to like manifest something, you're trying to do something you've never done before, it's gonna feel really, really weird. I've been feeling really, really weird because I feel like, I finally want to do this. I finally want to allow myself to do something that has always called to me and I've always really wanted to do, but always felt kind of like, well, who am I to do something like that? Or I'll have all these judgments like, well, that makes you arrogant, that makes you full of yourself, who's really going to want you, etc. You're not smart enough, you're not good enough. Look at this other thing that you failed at in the past. You might fail at this now because you failed before. So I think that those are situations that I probably need to look at and like forgive, either like probably myself mostly, like for either feeling like I allowed a mistake to happen, or God, why does this happen to me? Like let go of some of that and heal some of that and like let it go and actually truly forgive it. Because if there's still some resistance when you think about something, or there's a trigger that reminds you about something, you're obviously not over it the way you think you were. One thing I've been telling myself, you're gonna feel it weird anyway. You want to feel weird stuck? You want to be that kind of uncomfortable? Or do you want to be the kind of uncomfortable that's actually doing something? Which one is it? How do you really want to live? Do you want to just sit here and not try and feel like you can't, and no matter what you do, it's really not, all that negative self-talk becomes true if you're just sitting here trying to do nothing. So, but if you get up and try, and it feels weird, and let's say you do make a fool of yourself, or it doesn't last that long, or you have phases, let's say whatever happens, you step out and you do that thing that you really want to do, and nothing happens, well then it wasn't for you. And that was the only way that you were going to be able to find out that it wasn't for you. That's the only way that you would have found out that all this time you could have spent wallowing thinking, I would really like to do this thing, I really think that it's calling to me, but I can't, and feeling self-pity for it, rather than going and trying and finding out, okay, that's actually not for me. I would have spent years of my life feeling bad about myself for not being able to do this thing, and then I find out it's not even my thing. It was just something I wanted to try. It was just something that I thought might be for me. But then that thing, just, for trying whatever that is that you were stepping out into to try to do, it's probably going to be a catalyst, a stepping stone that's going to get you on the path to the other thing. All this stuff is just kind of coming out right now. Over the past couple of days, I've been writing a lot of things that have been coming in, a lot of inspirations and stuff, and usually when I get inspired, I go through that self-talk. Well, nobody really wants to hear that. You don't have to share everything. Keep it to yourself. Do it anyway. If it makes you feel uncomfortable, do it anyway. You're going to be uncomfortable either way. You can do two things with your fear. You can let it fucking scare you and sit there and do nothing and be too afraid to do anything. Or, well, okay, I'm afraid anyway. So, I mean, this could potentially suck, or it could be awesome. You have two choices there. With that one, if you try, is it really impossible? I don't know. You know, we don't, I think sometimes we get overwhelmed thinking we have to be like 100% positive. If I have one bad thought, it's going to ruin my whole manifestation, or it's going to ruin my whole being on track. Oh, I can't believe I thought that negative thing about this thing. I'm definitely manifesting some like bad energy now, you know, like let's do everything we can to block it out. But why? Why not take that thought? Okay, like I had a goal I was thinking of earlier, and then my first reaction was, oh, that's too big. That's too much. You don't have enough time. That goal is insane. How could you even make that possible? Plenty of people make that possible all the time. Why can't I do it? Okay, well, you've never done something this big though. You may have done something small like this before, but you haven't done anything this big. Just because other people have, why do you think you can? Well, why can't I take that question that could be perceived as a negative question to be asking myself and say, well, okay, then why not try anyway? If this could potentially suck and backfire, what is that going to say about me and what I'm manifesting, what I'm creating inside of me, that feeling that I want to feel? I would rather feel like I tried, right? That, you know, I feel like moments like this are very fleeting for me, and sometimes I can't write fast enough, or I can't talk fast enough, or feel confident enough in posting a video or sharing it or writing it on Facebook or wherever, because what if I'm not really getting it and somebody wants to correct me? What if I say something wrong? What if I post something, I say something really stupid that I thought sounded really smart, and somebody comes up and says, that's wrong? Well, hell yeah. As long as they're nice about it, they're genuinely trying to teach me something. Why should I be afraid of somebody wanting to teach me a better way or another way? Or at least present a perception or an idea to me, and I can think about it and see if it resonates with me, especially when we're trying to step into change our lives, change ourselves, manifest, get what we want, have the abundance that we need. Not just what we want. I've found that for a long time I was focused on wants more than I thought I was. I just like to say I wasn't because it sounded cool. So, like, that's something I'm working on healing. You know, want. That state of want is more of a state of lack. Oh, why are you sorry?
Because I was in my room.
Oh, it's okay.
Because I wanted...
I think it's okay. It's your room.
I just wanted to get this.
Okay. Because you saw I was talking, so you said sorry?
Yeah.
It's okay. Maybe this is a little message to myself, a little note to self, you know, like, to not be afraid of fear. Because not all fear is actually frightening. I mean, if you had the power to create and change things before, why can't you do it again? Like, yeah, you've done this thing once. Like, it's a negative thing, but yeah, I did this thing once. And might not have been what I really needed on my path, but I really needed to learn something from having that situation on my path. And I needed to see that I could do it in the future, just because, you know, it didn't work out the way I wanted it to in the other situation. Or on, you know, for the other reasons. Well, maybe I needed to know how to do that for a different situation. I think that comes into having expectations on things, and expectations can do a lot. But, you know, I don't know what to expect. I would rather enjoy my time right now than sit here and wallow in what I think I should expect and what I think will be and how I think things should happen. I've wasted so much time doing that sort of thing. So now I'm going to try not to. And, you know, maybe I could put some of these questions to good use. So that is all for now. I hope you guys are all having an awesome day, night, weekend, you know, whatever you're doing. I hope it's going well for you. So.